Mama just killed a man, raised her hand up to his head, fired a key blast and now he's dead. Hey guys, DB right here and back again with yet another What If. This time, I'm thinking of continuing what might have happened had Frieza had spared Bardock's life. What if Frieza had decided to keep Bardock and his crew around? After all, they were the best Saiyan planet conquering elite force that he had, so why lose their potential? Why not get them out of the way, have them take a little R&R, and then go blow up Planet Vegeta? Well, that is exactly what Frieza did in this reality. And thanks to a bit of cunning and manipulation, he actually managed to smooth things over with Bardock and actually convince him to continue working for him. Of course, did Frieza tell him the truth, that it was actually him who blew up the planet? No, of course not. I'm afraid it's the same cover story as usual, with Planet Vegeta being destroyed by a huge asteroid. And, well, how Frieza and his men just couldn't get there in time to save everyone. It's such a tragedy. That is basically how Frieza sold it, and promised, well, if you continue working for me, you will become the greatest Saiyans that ever lived. Maybe even own your place as Super Saiyans. He basically used that whole thing to manipulate Bardock into working for him. Now, is Frieza doing this because of some respect he has for Bardock and his crew, or some level of respect for Saiyans? Oh, no. He's just, seeing how this goes, and if he ends up saving money on man crew in the long run, then yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile, unknown to them, a certain Saiyan woman and her little son Kakarot, this would be Gine obviously, also managed to escape the destruction of Planet Vegeta. Gine being lucky enough to overhear a couple of Frieza Force soldiers who were talking with their scouters on, and Gine overheard it with her scouter that she kept for all this time, always looking out for news on her son Raditz and how Bardock is doing. Just a concerned mother. Very unsaiyan-like, but anyway. Well, because of that unsaiyan-like behaviour, she was able to catch wind that Frieza was going to come and blow up Planet Vegeta, and she had the foresight to rescue her son and get off the planet as quickly as possible, living a life on Earth and living a more or less peaceful existence with her son on Earth, going through the events of DragonBall, but more or less preparing her son for vengeance on Lord Frieza. And well, with that, not only were Kakarot and Gine able to get stronger in this reality and able to get a really fast spaceship with a grav chamber installed, a lot of the Dragon Team, well, pretty much all the Dragon Team went with them, including a little, infant Gohan, who have now begun training, and Gine has begun her final mission to avenge her race and destroy Frieza. Of course, first, she had to, convincing Bardock and his crew to join her side, and after doing that, and Bardock seeing how much more powerful his wife has become, which is, she's, 20,000-30,000 ahead of them in power level, in raw power level? Yeah. And, Gine getting a payback shot on Varsha, which was pretty cool, I must admit. And well, with that, after Bardock and his crew leaving the planet that Frieza had given them and finding a new one to start settle so they can begin planning their counter-assault, Gine has taken the ship along with Kakarot, who accidentally stowed away. He sort of went back into the ship looking for a snack. You know how Goku gets. Kakarot in this case. Well, they've been off the next month or so more or less trying to find Raditz, Prince Vegeta and Nappa and bring them back into the fold. And of course they more or less accomplished this, and Gine actually completely obliterated Zarbon and Dodoria, who were sent to intercept Prince Vegeta and Nappa and Raditz before they could be turned. Which, Zarbon and Dodoria kind of failed in that mission, completely overpowered by the raw power of Kakarot and Gine getting some much deserved payback on the duo. All the times they made fun of her, it's bad enough being made fun of by your own race. I mean, you can sort of deal with that, but by these two guys who have been sucking off the Frieza tit for years? Oh no. With one powerful barrage of attacks, and her just raising her hand to him while they're groveling in the dirt begging for mercy, she just says, "Frieza, if you're listening, listen closely." And Gine blows them away with a single shot from her hand. So yes, Gine got to have a pretty awesome badass moment in the last part. Now we are officially continuing right where we left off. Now, with that, Vegeta, Nappa and Raditz agree completely to go with Gine back to where the other Saiyans are, and of course the entire Dragon team, and it is basically now time to begin planning the assault on Lord Frieza and finally getting their revenge for what they did to their race. Vegeta, he's more or less going along until he can sort of learn how to get this powerful on his own. He wants to use the grav chamber, and well, at this point they're not powerful enough to argue with Gine and Kakarot, nowhere near powerful enough to argue with the two, so it's best they just come along. And well, after another month or so traveling back to that planet, Bardock and his crew have been sort of making plans on their own. Now, unfortunately, for this plan, they can't take the Dragon team with them because they only have their force. Hang on a second. Five space pods. They only have their 5 space pods with them. I guess they could double up if they want to. I mean, Fasha could fit Krillin with her if she really wanted to. Oh, not a bad idea, eh? After all, Fasha and Krillin were beginning to develop a sort of relationship during the last part. Anyway, so bottom line is, Bardock and his crew have been basically going around nearby Frieza planets in the area and liberating them from Frieza control, and helping the inhabitants fight back, which is kind of ironic considering they sort of helped Frieza conquer those planets in the beginning, and the inhabitants not sure whether to actually trust the Saiyans, but in time they sort of come around, and eventually their allies start to begin to grow. Meanwhile, Frieza's empire is getting smaller and smaller, and well, this is beginning to really get on the Emperor's nerves.
What is going on out there? Can't anyone take care of these monkeys? Well, I am afraid, Lord Frieza, that maybe leaving those Saiyans around and allowing them to grow stronger was a mistake. Did you really didn't see this coming, my lord?
This is Barry Blue talking to Frieza.
Barry Blue, I'm in no mood for your, shenanigans right now. I'm trying to think of a way out of this mess.
And well,
Simply just send a scouting party throughout all the regions of space. I'm sure we'll be able to find the Saiyans eventually. Yes, of course. Of course. Why didn't I think of that?
And with that, he does send quite a huge scouting party, pretty much scouring his entire influence of space, trying to locate the Saiyans. But now this probably would have worked under normal circumstances, but remember, since Bardock and his crew joined Gine, they have learned how to suppress their power level and increase it at will, as well as sense energy. So they can sense these Frieza's henchmen coming a mile away and just suppress their energy. Frieza's little comb over of his galaxy is not working. He's not able to find them at all. Even when they come across Gine and Kakarot's ship, everyone lowers their power levels. Well, this is actually where our heroes hit a bit of a snag, because Vegeta, Nappa and Raditz haven't learnt how to do that yet. So they do detect the power levels of Nappa, Raditz and Vegeta and begin an all-out attack on the ship. But yeah, it's more or less to no available when Vegeta just basically steps out of his pod and fires a big blast, wiping the scouting party that had found them. And even though Frieza got reports that they found them, the problem was none of these guys had the foresight to put a tracker on their ship or something.
I'm surrounded by idiots. Do I have to do everything myself around here? How am I gonna flush these monkeys out?
And well, with that, anyway, meanwhile, Vegeta, Gine, Kakarot, and their 3 new friends, and Nappa, Vegeta, and Raditz, well, Raditz being a member of their family, they more or less arrive back on the planet, and, yeah, Gine is wondering where Bardock and his crew are. Dragon Team said, oh, they went off on their own. Something to do with liberating planets they previously conquered for Frieza? And liberating planets?
Bardock, you idiot! You've given away our plan too early.
This is Gine talking. Yeah, Gine calling her husband an idiot. Of course, an all-out assault definitely may sound fun in the likes of saying, but Gine had a plan. She wanted to get them all stronger and, you know, slowly but surely take down the Empire and then deal with Frieza. Bardock has pretty much taken the step too early, given away their intentions, which could pretty much end up backfiring on them. And well, yes it does. One day, Frieza eventually caught on to the pattern on how these Saiyans were attacking their planet and realizing that these were all planets that Bardock had conquered for him. So with that, Frieza was able to predict which planet Bardock and his crew were going to liberate next, and, well, Frieza and his crew pretty much beat them there and pretty much take care of all the populace there, just wiping it out. It's no longer any use to them. And well, in the meantime, Bardock and Vasha and the entire crew are there looking for a fight, but there is none. There is no fight here. And suddenly, Frieza is among them, along with the Ginyu Force.
Bardock, did you really think I was stupid enough not to see what you were up to? You really do have a typical monkey's brain if you didn't think this course of action was predictable.
Frieza, you have deceived us. What you did to our race is unforgivable, and I can't believe I didn't see through your act. I can't believe I continue to work for you, all the people we've massacred in your name.
Oh boy, 312. What? Just another one of these damn hero speeches. I get them all so much.
Don't worry, Lord Frieza. I will shut these monkeys up for you. Men, the dance of enthusiasm. The Ginyu Force, more or less, attack, and Bardock is more or less they are more or less overwhelmed by the Ginyu Force. Fasha and Bardock did manage to increase their strength a little bit and had a little bit of a grab chamber session, but not quite enough to really overpower the Ginyu Force. Frieza, and with Frieza there as well, they really don't have much of a chance, and basically Tora, Shugesh, and Borgos are killed while Bardock is captured, and Fasha is more or less left for dead. And well, they pretty much fly off thinking, you know, the Saiyans are dead, everyone is dead, and that, yeah, they've all won. They've Frieza's flown away to his planet, and he's more or less trying to get Bardock to talk and tell him where the rest of them are. He knows there are more Saiyans involved in this. He knows Raditz, Vegeta, and Nappa are no longer with him. He knows that his wife Gine is the ringleader behind all this. Where are they all hiding, monkey? And I promise this goes a lot more pleasant for you. I can believe a word you'd say, Frieza. I ain't telling you shit. Pardon my language.
Oh, really? Well then, I guess I don't really need you to tell me. You will serve me willingly by the time I'm through with you. Fires a death beam at Bardock, and basically instructs his men to take him to the med chamber, and basically that when he comes back, bring him back for more. But DB right, this is the same thing you did with Raditz on What If Frieza Conquered Kanasa. Yes, grant you, yes, it is the same sort of thing that I'm doing. However, yeah, I'm doing it with Bardock this time, and you know, we need something cool and epic for when we get up to the finale, and you know, why not have a slave Bardock? That'd be pretty cool. After all, the name of the What If is What If What If Frieza spared Bardock? I guess he just gets to spare him an extra time. Yeah, lucky Bardock. Hey, he ain't dead. He's just going to be losing his mind and probably becoming overwhelmingly powerful, much like how Raditz did in the What If Frieza Conquered Kanasa What If. Feel free to check that out, guys, or read the start reading the live readings I do. Should be archived here on YouTube. Anyway, not the point. Now, meanwhile, Fasha has more or less come to, still alive, and she's reeling to get back to a space pod, and she sets a course for to home, to where they're currently hiding. And after being injured and damaged, she more or less tells Gine and everyone else what has happened, this last development. And Gine is just shocked and upset. Has she gotten her husband killed with her little boasting and her little showing off when she was battling Dodoria and Zarbon? Is it possible that Gine has just doomed her husband? Well, only time will tell, and I think that's where we might leave things for now. What do you guys think? Did you enjoy this story? Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit the old like button, and I'll be back again next time to continue this story. Alright, as of now, this is it for now. This is DB Rice signing off, and yep, I will catch you guys again next time.